So as I was saying, Wade Acuff is one of the best creators on the Behance platform, Nick. If you're not following him, I think you... Oh, hey, everybody.
What's up?
What's up? Sorry, we were just reminiscing about the incredibility that is our moderator today, Wade Acuff. Hi, Wade.
What's up, dude?
If y'all aren't following Wade, go follow Wade. His work's awesome. He does streams. They're super fun. Nick and I were just talking before about how much fun it is to watch you, Wade. So go do that. More things to announce, so many things. First of all, let me know how the audio is. I made some changes, so if things are weird, you can't hear the music, it's too loud, let me know in chat. Nick, what are we doing today?
Today is our first real interactive design challenge. Not only between either you and I, but we're going to ask for you guys to participate with this. Fire up Illustrator. We've got some great files for you to start using on it, and it's going to be fun to see. We're going to check in and see how you guys are doing via Discord as well.
Yeah, it's going to be, I don't think we've ever done a show like this, so I'm super excited to experiment and see.
Breaking boundaries.
We're breaking boundaries. And yes, somebody said asking
we're
if the
Pathfinders.
We're like Pathfinders. And hello everyone in chat. Happy Friday. If you're just joining us for the first time, this is Adobe Office Hours. We are the last stream of the week here on Adobe Live. We wind down, we hang out, and we are just a fun chill stream, but we also help you make the most of your summer. So we talk portfolio reviews, we talk hands-on design. What else do we do, Nick?
We do everything. We have listener question stuff. We've tackled your biggest dilemmas when it comes to design. But if anything, we're just here at the end of the week to kind of cap off and hear how everybody's doing and help each other out.
That's true. And someone in chat, Colby, says that they have the same shirt. Yes, Target. This is a good find for Target. Nick and I are both wearing very busy patterns today, which is usually a no-no on any kind of broadcast. But we'll just vibrate.
We're rebels, dude.
That's it.
We're just rebels.
We don't care.
I don't care.
All right, before we get into here, Nick, I have a very, very special request that I need from you.
Yes.
Can you grab your coffee and just do a little ASMR moment for us? Oh, no, it muted it out. Oh, it muted it through Discord. I'm so sad.
You know what it's like? That little bit of ice at the bottom and the...
It's very true.
Not getting it at all?
Can you unmute on Zoom and it will pull through there? Let's do that. This is for you guys. This is very important to start this stream. That was it. That was worth it. Right. Bravo. Yes. So that was for all of you. Just go back, watch that moment. It felt like serenity that we needed to start this stream off with. All right, Nick. There are some very specific things that people need to do today to be involved. What is the #1 place that they need to be involved with our stream today?
Got to be on Discord. You got to be on there so you can be on our homework channel and share some of the stuff because we got stuff to share with you as well. Correct.
It's true, yes. So it's going to be going back and forth, and we have some source files for you, and I'm going to put it up here. You can go to bit.ly/campfiles. Wade has been dropping that link in there. Go grab that, and you will get this badge file. We're going to do a little warm-up design, and we're going to create a badge for our merit badge for this week. And then we also have a brief in there that our friend Nick has put together for a secret project, which we all be working on together. But you need to be in the Discord. So the Discord right here, we're going to be posting in the summer camp channel, which you can see right here. And in that summer camp channel, we want to see you posting everything that you're working on live as we go.
As
Nick,
much as possible.
Yes. Do you want to be the official timekeeper?
Sure.
All right,
we can do that for this first phase.
Yeah, Nick's gonna be our timekeeper. He'll be calling check-ins, making sure that you all are posting in Discord as we work today. And it's not posting your final thing. We're just gonna do check-ins as we go, and maybe something that you work on over the next week. But fire up your Illustrator, keep us open in a tab, open up those source files, and I guess let's just hop in. Our friend Max is in chat. Hey Max, welcome. Nick, I don't think we have any more announcements or anything, right? I think that this is we're ready to go, right?
Were we going to look at homework now, or do you want to do that at the end?
Let's do it at the end. Let's do it at the end.
Yeah.
So
let's get right into it.
Yes, all you guys, you are going to be in the summer camp channel right here, posting your work, and you also can join the cabin chat channel right here. And as you post your work, hop into the voice chat right there, and you can talk with some friends. And we may even bring you live on the show to ask a little bit about your thought process as you're designing. So it's going to be super fun.
Idea.
Let's go ahead and hop right in to a little bit of a warm up, and that is going to be with a badge. Now we have a new screen. Oh, actually, hold on. We missed the transition. Nick,
Yes.
what kind of training are we about to give our friends?
Well, if we're out in the wild, it might be wilderness training.
Wilderness training. All right, so we're back here, and this is a new screen, y'all. Again, always upping the production value here on Office
Yes.
Hours. Next to me is my screen, and next to Nick is Nick's screen. You'll be able to
There
see
we
both
go.
of us kind of working side by side. Again, this is much less of a hands-on tell you what to do, and more of kind of just explaining our process and working alongside us and having some fun. So you'll be able to see both of our screens. Make sure that you have your files open. You're in Illustrator. In summer camp or homework, it's both. It's both. Oh,
Yeah.
post in summer camp. Sorry. Post work
idea.
in summer
Thank you.
camp. Yes,
Thanks for
that will
clarifying
keep
that,
homework.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, summer camp can get chaotic. Homework's better if it stays a little more organized. All right, so Nick,
Excellent.
what are we doing with our warm up?
Ooh, all right. So let's stretch those fingers, get ready for a little pixel pushing. We want to do a warm up of a new merit badge. This is something we want everybody to kind of work on. What should we do? Maybe 10 minutes with this one? What do
Yeah,
you think?
let's. Yeah,
Is
that's
that
good.
enough?
Yeah, a good 10 minutes. Yep.
All right, perfect.
I think
We're gonna
that'll be
start the
good,
timer at 10.
So
this
you guys-
is up to you guys. We want you to help us with a new merit badge. What are we calling this one?
We are going to be calling this one, because we've done the camping thing. This is Nick's idea, which is so great. We were trying to brainstorm what we would call this merit badge, and this merit badge is going to be the Pathfinder badge.
Oh,
Right? It's the Illustrator
Get
crossover
it?
with a little bit of summer camp.
A little sprinkling of a tool from Illustrator. I love it.
Yep. And so I'll start out with just a kind of a quick hack for you guys. There is already a template build for you at that link, bit.ly/campfiles. You can simply grab this type on a path that is right here that says merit badge, and you can go to edit, copy, and then edit, paste, and place. And that will give you another one, another type on a path that you can use. And you just
Yes.
grab this little node right here. And this little node is basically showing where the type is facing and then where the center is. So we're going to click that and drag it up here and make sure that it's facing upward, and it will lock right into the center. Oh, something weird happened there.
There you go.
Let's
But
try that one more time.
you
There
should
we go.
clarify too that you have it centered on the line rather than ascender or descender, and that allows you to make that duplicate so nice and smooth.
Yes, absolutely. And it should be super easy for you guys to do that. I didn't want it to make it so that you could very quickly and easily make another one.
Yes.
And then in here, we can just type in whatever you want your badge to be. I'm going to use Pathfinder, and I think Nick is too. So you can make a Pathfinder along with us. And I'm just going to track that out a bit.
I might even increase the size a little bit.
Ooh, Nick's getting crazy. I'm
Man,
excited to see.
No rules here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how these kind of differ as we get through.
Yes.
Nick, when you're building,
I'm gonna start the clock. Let me
start the clock.
really quick. There we go. Perfect.
start
All right,
the clock.
Go for it.
When you're building a badge
Yeah.
like this, what are you kind of working on looking at for getting started on something like this? Because it always is like, oh man, I've got 10
yeah.
minutes. What do I do? What's your thought process?
I want something done. Like the last thing you want to do is in a quick time like sprint like this, particularly if someone's relying on you and they need this work quickly. I like to say I want to just have a finished thing in 10 minutes. Not so much the best I can do, but something finished that you can show and be like, is this on the right path? Get it? Right path?
I love that.
I love this. This is perfect. But that's kind of my goal. And when I do it in classrooms, that's my number one main goal with it. I tell the students, just have something done in 10 minutes. So I've already messed around here. I'm getting this a little bit bigger. I'm gonna make sure like those little quick things I know I could do super quickly, like get them done first. Like get all your text in. If there's anything required, get it in fast too. What about you? Where would you start on this?
For me, I always try to work symmetrically. Is symmetrically a word? I think symmetrically.
Sure.
And so if I'm doing something, I'm trying to pay attention to just the balance of everything, because then instead of like feeling like I have to get something done, I feel like I can stop at any point.
Yes.
And so
Great
I'm
idea.
just going to fill out some of the edges. I have the type in, right? There's type on the top, there's type on the bottom. Now I need to fill in those kind of side gaps. And I'm going to do a little trick here. That's one of my favorites. I'm just going to grab out some rulers, and I'm going to use what I like to call the wiggle feature. Which I know there's like an actual technical term for it that I'll look at in a second, but it's a filter that is in Illustrator. So I'm going to delete some of these anchor points here. And then I'm going to go over to let's see here. It is effect and then distort and transform and zigzag. And that allows me to get these little wiggles. And so we can do smooth and all just,
yes.
right? Dude, the wiggles are like...
Distort is one of those, like, you think it's going to be a mistake tool, but it's how you make things that would take you forever to create by hand.
Yes.
Isn't that fantastic?
The amount of time that I would spend doing what I just did with these little wiggles and trying to get it to all line up would take so long and be so annoying. And here it's just like, boom, I did it super fast.
And I'm thinking I want to make like almost like instead of those little pieces there, maybe this could be a really cool spot to add a little compass thing or something kind of fun to actually be more in line with what we're talking about here, which is the Pathfinder. You know, so I'm going to mess around with these. I just made a funky triangle, duplicated it, put it side by side. I'm going to group it, get rid of our little bone icon there. And maybe what a cool thing to do is have one this way and maybe duplicate and have one going down. Be kind of fun.
Nick's like already got a thing just in the center.
I had one thing I love to do too, and another great tip, guys, is if you've ever created something in the past, make a cool library with like odds and ends, whatever you want to call it. If you've done a cool globe, if you've done, I don't know, this little, you know, the little pointer, like the little thing about you see on navigation screens, any little icon you've created, put it in there, and now you never have to find it. You just can go right to your library, go to that odds and ends kind of like library, and you've got all these cool ones. So I had a globe that was just hanging around for something kind of cool, and I was gonna mess around with that.
Nick just has assets ready to go. That's so smart, because like right now I'm like, oh man, I have to like build all these assets, and it would be great to just have something. There are colors at the top here for all of you if you need some colors. And so those are helpful. You can actually just click and drag and select all of these. And then in your swatches panel, click on the little folder and it will make a folder of all of those colors for you.
I was going to say, too, that's a great thing, too, before you have started designing, to have a selected color palette ready to go is such a good shortcut. And then I think what's nice about it is you're just eye dropping. Like, I know those colors work. We're using kind of the colors that we've been messing around with here on the summer camp vibe for a while. So for me, it's always good to have those kind of ready to go, you know?
And what's our time check?
We've still got 5 minutes left.
Okay, cool. So chat,
5.5.
if you have done anything on yours, go ahead and post it in Discord. Take a screenshot and toss it into the summer camp Discord. And then that way we can all kind of look together on what we've been creating and what we've been making with this nice little warm up. I'm going to try to do like a journey into the sun kind of thing. It could be fun to kind of have almost like a path that is leading upwards toward where we're going, right?
Yeah, I like that idea. I was thinking too, like maybe I'm gonna do the whole dotted line thing. I love the idea of like everything you see now that's navigation just seems to be the dotted line kind of thing. So I'm just gonna do a quick thing here. Let's see, give it a line weight. And then let's master it. I think sometimes too, when you're playing with the pen tool, you're hoping to get it right the first time. Just lay out the path you want to like mess around with, and then go back and actually fine tune it with the anchors.
Yep. And I love that. Elizabeth says right now it's a bit of a dumpster fire. That's what we want.
That's what you want.
That's what you want. You want it. You want it to just be crazy and kind of like, what's happening here? Because that's really what this show's about, is just trying to do things. The creative server says it's invalid. Oh no. Try again and see what happens.
All right, so let's see. I'm gonna get this one. We'll go into the line. I'm gonna go the whole little. I loved even like showing people like the dash line thing. People go like, "There's a dash line thing?
Yes.
How does that work?" And it just works. So I'm gonna go. Let's go 8 and 8. Let's see if that works. Line weight a little bit bigger. That looks cool. Let's round the caps. That always kind of helps a little bit. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. We'll take it and try to go right there. Cool. So I'm just getting something. I'm gonna bring this guy to the front. So he's looking like he's coming from behind. I'm just giving you some kind of there's gotta be some path here going, right?
Yep. And if any of you are watching my screen and you're like, Andrew, what are you doing? So there's a lot of times that I need my files to be crisp and clean and like everything's the way that it should be. And then when I have 10 minutes to create a badge like this, I don't care. And so I literally, instead of making a path to like fill in this path, I literally just did hard anchor points and just clicked on the edge and then hit it with a stroke. So now it's kind of hidden on there, and it looks fine. I think it looks fine. Nick probably hates it.
Totally. I love
Nick, are you a hard critic on things, or are you usually pretty like...
No, it's funny. I've got to get a little bit more, particularly as a teacher. I've been told sometimes I'm a little too nice. I think I'm not the harshest where it comes to, I will never do something to like, you know, put someone down. I think the thing is that you should find, if you have something that you see as a highlight of like, here's where it needs some improvement, always come with some recommendation rather than just tearing someone and being like, that's not working. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I always start with that, which is kind of cool, but I think I can get a little bit more. How about you?
I'm usually I'm pretty mean.
Yeah.
And
oh, dude, that's the best.
Chet, we've talked about this before, but if you can see what I'm doing on my screen, I'm using these little kind of like half circles to create some dimension and create little hills. We've talked about it before. These are indexes, and what an index is it's something that just gives information. So little lines like this a lot of times are used as indexes to show that like the hill is dirt, has little mounds on it, has little bumps, whatever it is. You can kind of use those to do that. So I'm going to hop over to Nick's screen real quick.
A minute and 30.
Okay.
You have a minute and 30, guys. So again, remember, we'll even stretch this to 2 minutes. Have something that's just done. Even if you like, oh, I really wanted to try this and add a sun and 8 more mountains, try to just be finished.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. And it looks like a couple people have dropped stuff in. So let's go ahead and take a look. We have Colby. Yeah. Colby taking like a full, you're doing your own thing, Colby.
Talk about reinventing the badge wheel. Hello.
Right? That looks great.
Cool. Good start.
The type's looking good. I think you're doing some warping on the type, which like props to you. And then we have, let's see here, Bliss, Golden Rose, Stars. I almost thought about doing stars on the edge, so good call on that. It feels right for this. Keeping things symmetrical. So keep posting on there. I know that we're going super, super fast today, but we will slow down once we get into the actual challenges, just a little warm up. This is probably where I'm going to land-ish. I want to put something here. Let's do the little Pathfinder symbol just because. Let's see here.
All right, cool.
I love the moment when it just gets quiet for a second. That's like, all right.
Exactly. Those are minds at work, my
friend. Minds at work. That's true.
You know what's cool too? Like, you know, when you have something like, let's say this complicated shape, and you want to add the white highlight to it like this. What happens sometimes is you can see it's cutting into the actual green area, and it looks a little bit worse. So there's a lot of ways with appearance you can do a ton of stuff. But all I'm going to do really quick is just do a undo, and I'm going to copy that, and then Command B puts one right behind it, and then I'll give that the white stroke, and you'll see, and now I can control that a little bit more, and it doesn't cut into the actual green area, which is kind of cool, and I can back it up a little bit. To be honest with you,
that was Command B.
Command B, yeah. So like I'm taking the globe, Command C to copy, Command B. Paste in back. So what it's done is it's just layered one right behind that. Now you have 2 in a row.
Magic.
See, there you are.
Pure magic.
Actually, I don't even need it. I'm good. I'm gonna leave mine. I
hate how good Nick's is.
Wrapping up in 30 seconds, guys.
I'm mad.
Let's see what we can do. Where are you at?
Me? Oh, little old me.
Let's see.
I landed here. So a little less dimension than yours, a little more simplified. I'd probably want to take this actually to maybe a different color and see, right?
Look at how different that makes, like by just not having the borders anymore. And I think it makes your illustration pop a little bit more. That's a great test.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Here's something I would really recommend everyone doing when you're at a stage like this. Let's say you have something and you like it. What I usually do is I will just duplicate this a few times with drag and option and do exactly what Andrew just did. Like what if this circle is no longer white and we go with one of those colors? Does it work? Does this need to be maybe a darker color green? Do you see what I mean?
Yep.
So to me, it's like, this is really fun to actually, I love that Draplin says pixels are free. So just duplicate, make a bunch of copies and mess around with them. You might find that what you thought was really cool, all of a sudden, like some little tweak makes it 10 times better.
Yep. And I'm going to do something real quick just to show you guys. I'm going to pull over to my screen. So what you can do as well is, since we have this folder here of all of our office hours colors for summer camp, you can select your badge and go to edit, edit colors, recolor artwork, and then you can click on advanced options right here. And then you'll see that we have our color group over on the side right here. And those are all of our office hours colors. So when we click, it's going to assign those colors. And then we can simply randomly change the order. And it's going to change the order of these colors till we find somewhere that maybe works a little bit better and incorporates it. It's incorporating that darker black right now, which maybe you don't want. But you can shuffle through them till you find something that you feel like fits and falls in the zone that you want. So that looks pretty good to me. And then if I want to, I can reassign this white with maybe the yellow. So we have the sun there. So you can do that using a group of colors. You can assign and just make a billion different options super quickly.
Let's see. How's everybody else is doing? If anybody's got an update, drop it into Discord.
Yes, we have a couple here.
Where you're at.
So we have Mercurial Forte, the brushes merit badge. Love it.
Ooh. Nice.
Right? We're going to have to upload a bunch of merit badges after this.
I know.
Oh, you know what? This actually technically was a merit badge challenge. All right. I just had the slide and I felt like I needed to use it. And then we have someone using the Pathfinder. This is Katarina. This is awesome. I love the like zoom into like the weird anchor point that's like gone awry. I love it's like the insider kind of wink and a nod to being a designer working in Illustrator with very precise points.
That's great.
Yes, this is so fun. Let's see.
Look what you guys are doing in just a few minutes. I
think
it's
true.
also good to look at that and be like, even if you didn't finish something, these are those really good things you can do over and over again to get better at design.
Yep. And she was AFK for 5 minutes, so this is where it's at. Yeah, that's how we feel for the entirety of the show. Love all of the Girl Scout badges. Yes, absolutely. All right.
Yeah, awesome stuff.
So let's hop over. And Nick, do you want to talk a little bit about the brief? And what I want to do here is we're going to look at the brief that we have for the main project for this episode. We've got about a half hour for this challenge. And we want you to design along with us. And if you have ideas you want to brainstorm with us, let me know. Send me a DM on Discord, and we'll bring you into the voice chat, and we can brainstorm together and maybe come up with some ideas. So Nick, I'm going to put the brief full screen. Do you want to go ahead and chat through what we're doing?
There you go. I was going to say, make it just a bit bigger. My preview screen is still very small. So we want to help you guys kind of go through this process. And don't forget, when you're rebranding something, for particularly this challenge, always want to have some kind of a reason. Why are we doing this? And you know what's funny? I was thinking about this, Andrew. When we created the first office hours logo, we did it quite quickly. We did it like, I think we got on Zoom real quick, and we're like, we like this? Yeah, well, okay, good, boom. Fired off to Adobe, right? We were like, quick. But now we've had this time to look at it and be like, hey, maybe we could do something a little bit more fun. So I put this brief together, and this is the design challenge we want you to do with us. On the left, you've got a little bit of the objective. So the objective here is we want a new office hours logo. It's time to revamp it and have a little bit more fun with this kind of logo. And here's some of the goals. This is typically what like you'd find in a creative brief. So we want something a little more energetic, more spirited, a little bit more fun of a design, right? That's maybe the simplest part there. Keywords, these are great things to help inspire you to find the right colors, the right fonts, the right design. You got nostalgic. We want it to be empowering. We love this classic education idea. Like we'll get to the inspiration in a bit there. Something that looks more helpful, more whimsical. And I like this idea of lighthearted because we now we know what office hours has become over 62 episodes.
Yes.
Am I correct? So we now know, and bonus points, you know what it even is now. What does it mean to you? Like, where do you want to interject your ideas as far as what the objective of a new logo should be?
We are the Olympic torch of dumpster fires.
There you go.
Never stop burning.
There's a great tagline.
That's
there,
it.
Man.
Olympic torch of dumpster fires.
Some of the must-haves. We want to see a hero logo, which is kind of like the logo and name together. We want a company. We want to see, does that company name, meaning just the typography, work alone really well? And then is there some standalone icon that can work? Particularly, let's say we were to build an app or have a really cool website and we
Or a
want an
Discord
avatar.
emoji.
Exactly. So that could be the kind of starting point of what we want you guys to help us out with. And then, like any other creative brief, you want to see what the client's thinking. So this is like a quick capture of some inspirational reference as far as what can help you kind of go off and start designing. Like if I was to ask you, Andrew, when you look at that inspiration, how would you describe it in personality and in adjectives? What things stand out to you?
It feels like astute, but still like fun and approachable. It's the person who's in college that gets good grades, but like still can go to a party, but like doesn't party too much. Like it feels almost like a 70s, like it feels like stories that my parents have told me about their college. I think that's the zone that it feels like
that's
for
a
me.
great one.
Yeah.
What I get from it too, and some of the stuff I was looking at, there's something neat about that repeated pattern, and we had it a little bit in our O there, but like there's something very spirited about these. And I think when I look at it, to me, it feels like old school spirit, like that idea. And since the whole office hours things comes from the education term office hours, like when a teacher helps you, outside of the classroom, that's kind of the inspiration of who we are. Things like that. And I love that one that's in the middle, like under the one with the hand and the pencil.
Yep.
That circular thing, it feels like those old like peachy folders, or like it's got a very nostalgic feel to it as well.
That feels like you.
That's our kind of brief to you guys. I'd love to know, even to you guys, what words came to mind when you looked at that inspiration? Maybe a few additional words would help everybody kind of get off on the right track. So let us know in chat what this looks like to you. And it looks like we're going to have a good maybe 20, 25 minutes to go through this exercise.
Yep, and Katarina's asking, so we should do the logo for office hours in the next 30 minutes. Kind of. It will be our extended merit badge kind of challenge for the week if you want to work on it further on through the week. But it's what we're going to be working on, and we want to see where you explore, kind of just see what happens. Nick and I are going to be working alongside you as well, but we want to explore those ideas together. And again, if you have an idea or if you want to brainstorm and you want to come on the show right now, send me a DM on Discord. Hop into Discord. The link's right there. Send me a DM on. Yes.
Go back to the brief and let everybody do a screen cap of it.
Oh yeah, screen cap.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I literally put it up and then didn't. Hold on. There we go. There we go.
I totally forgot to mention that. So if you guys take a nice little screen cap of our brief, so you have it on hand. That way we can all get to work and start messing around with something here. It should be fun.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, Nick, I'm going to fly over to your screen so you can get started there. And I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about what's happening in Discord. So people in Discord, again, you can go join the cabin chat that is happening right over here. It is our voice channel. So click that link over next to me. Go to our voice channel if you want to come on the show and brainstorm with us, or just give us some advice on what Nick's working on, some type ideas, any kind of stories you might have that might relate. Go ahead, send me a DM on Discord, and we'll try to make that happen.
Nice.
Nick, so going into this, where's your brain? Like, where are you starting?
I'm automatically going, I want to find that perfect script that is going to be something in that zone, and I'm already finding it here with this one. So I just literally, I had office hours typed. What I did is I just double clicked in there and I went script, right? So I can easily get all of my script ready to go. So I can go through there, see what works. I want to make sure legibility, is there anything a little bit weird? I might probably fix this little guy here with the R. That might be a little something I'll do as well. But let's keep in mind, how much time do we have? We have 20 minutes. So like, I just want to have something finished and done.
Yes.
How about you? Where would you start off?
So where I would start is I like working on like type stuff. And so I would just work on kind of setting my parameters and seeing what feels right for my letter shapes. And we talked about this on our type lesson, is that I'm just going to make a shape, and really what I'm looking for here is trying to inform myself like what feels like office hours. And so I start with like my basic shapes of like what would be an H shape, an O shape, and then an A shape. And I'm actually just going to kind of play around with these and see what feels right for office hours. And then I can decide, is it that I build custom type? Is it that I try to find something that has the same vibe? I can kind of make those decisions based on the kind of widths and dimensions of these shapes.
Dig that, dude. See, I like that there's totally different approach. Every approach is different. Every approach is totally right. You know, what you want to do to these things. So I'm just messing around too. I'm trying to figure out, will this kind of work in a way where I'm getting the font and everything to kind of fit nicely, right? And then maybe here's a spot where I want to get into here, and let's, I'm just going to use the scissor tool really quick and kind of cut this.
I never use the scissor tool. How do you use it? What is that?
Yeah, it was just, you basically go right on the path. See what I've done? Now I've made an open path here, and I'm just going to close it with a little bit of a round like this. So I'm trying to get that R to look more like an R without touching the S, but it looks a little bit funky. So I'm going to go a little bit closer. Let's get in here. Oh, this is some of my favorite stuff. I love every time I gotten a chance to get someone like our buddy Bob Ewing, Michael Fugusu. These guys have done, if you watch some of their stuff, I love seeing when people get in with the pen tool and messing around and just finagling and getting that working. For now, I'm going to be happy with it because I know I don't have hours to work on this. I have minutes. So let's see how this starts to look. There we go. I'm kind of digging that already.
For me, I kind of played around with my shapes, and I think that I have an unconventional kind of zone to doing word mark stuff like this. And these are the shapes that I want. I want it to feel like high and tight, almost like an arithmetic book. I don't know, like I was thinking like collegiate in my brain, like something is like schoolhousey about having like a condensed tall kind of letter, a little bit lower of a crossbar on the A's and the H's, having the A that has that sharp point at the top, something that feels like very institutionalized, but like in a generic way.
Yeah. And as I was doing this, part of me was kind of going back to our brief, we want to have that standalone little icon that can be on its own. And one thing I love about this is, you know, our initials are O, which is like OH.
Yep.
And can something like this be a fun little like insignia? Right?
Nick, it got so much fun.
I love this idea. Like, to me, when I see a font like this and I start messing with it, you could start visualizing like the short version of it or the abbreviated version of it, right? Like, can you just if we just took O and H together, cool. But the fact that it says O, like this is such a blast. So I just did this to have off to the side so I don't forget, because I'll forget and then be like, what was that idea I was thinking of? Right?
That's a great idea.
So hilarious.
And I'm going to go in, and now that I know the heights and widths that I want, I can actually go into Adobe Fonts and then turn on my filters. And I know that I want a sans serif. I want something that's kind of mid-weight. I want it condensed and pretty consistent line weight right there. And so now I can literally just scroll through and see if any of these start to feel like where I want to go and start to feel like that arithmetic kind of institution zone.
That's a cool one. I like that. So I'm using this H real quick, and I just used the scissor tool again to cut that off. And I like this because it's almost giving me this swoosh. I want to have like a swoosh under hours like this.
Yep.
And it's giving me this great like kind of line to mess with. So I'm just going to stretch it this way. And one of the things you could do is, I believe it's in, you might know where it's at. It's reset bounding box. Do you know where that is?
View.
It is in view?
Are you on a Mac?
Oh. Yes.
So go to help.
I'm trying to reset.
Yeah, go to help and then just type in reset. So if you're on a Mac, this is a great tool. If you're on a Mac and you can't find something, but you know what it is, you can go to help, the help window up at the top there, and then just type it in and it will find it for you. On PC,
so it's under
help.
Object Transform. So watch this. This is kind of cool. What I'm going to do is here, I want to reset that bounding box to be square with it, not angled, because I tilted it. So you do that once here, and look, it's restructured. Now when I squish it and mess around with it, it's doing it in the proportion I kind of want here, which is kind of perfect. Isn't that cool?
Yes.
Because if I kept it in that turned, tilted thing, I'm going to get a really weird, funky stretch. So the other thing I want to do is get into a little bit of envelope distort. I want to arc that just a bit. So this is one of the best tools here. You go right into here. I'm going to arc it a little bit. Now I can tilt it a little bit. And I have this really cool like underline. And I'm thinking, why not bring it over to the O? Because it kind of works, right?
There's no reason not to.
Oh, have you ever gotten to a point where you've done something and you're like, ooh, I wish I can go back a few, and I want to keep this last thing I just made, right? So I want to go back a few steps and undo, but I don't want to lose this cool thing. So I'm just going to copy it. Now it's in my clipboard, right?
Yep.
I go back a few, keep going to undo until I got it right to this guy. That I know I want for this guy, an O. Now I just do paste, and that one that I made is right there.
And it's still there, yes. I love doing that. That I'm like, oh man, I made a mistake. I'll just Control A and copy everything, and then undo until I get there, and then paste it and be like, and we're back.
Exactly. So here I got a new one to mess with here. I'm just going to start building this guy. I figured, why not have a little fun with this? We'll do a little envelope distort on it. How's everybody else's doing?
I just popped into Discord, so
thanks, Noelle. She was dropping us a hint on how to get the reset there.
Thank you, Noelle. Yeah, chat, if you were working on something or you have any kind of idea, you're pulling up type, you're working on anything, post a screenshot. Post it on in our Discord right over here. We're posting in the summer camp channel. It'll pop up right here, and we can chat about it, give you some ideas, maybe give you some feedback, some advice. And it is very much, we're designing live. I had no ideas before this. Nick, did you have any idea of what you're going to do?
No. I mean, I like sometimes gosh, it's like, it's neat to think right off the bat,
It's very true.
And don't forget to save, guys. Don't forget to save.
Yes. Amen. I think that I want to play... So I'm going to play around with creating some kind of shape. I love the idea of something, it's called tessellation. And tessellation is basically when you can make a shape and then turn it into a pattern. And so I love playing around with offset paths and trying to create shapes around things. So I'm just going to do like a rectangle around this, see if I can make it really strong and kind of punchy, and then maybe play around with the shape and see what I can get out of it. And again, it's all about, for me, it's all about just playing with stuff and seeing if you can get it to work or if you hate it. To see how do I hate it less, I think is usually the goal.
Do you work in like when I have something live, I'll duplicate it over if I'm going to make some transitions or some edits to it. So I'm always duplicating and working on the next one, like, because I want to save this one before I mess with it, right?
Yes.
So I've just made a duplicate, and all I'm going to do too is I'm going to select all of that, and in Pathfinder here, I'm just going to unite it. So that way, when I do here, see the difference? You have here, I still have all my text live separate, but here I've combined them into one.
Yep. And somebody said something, I believe, that the F looks like a T. Not sure if anyone else sees, a couple of people do. And I think the C is looking like an E for some reason, but those are all things that we can fix. As long as we have the vibe right, you can go back and make those augments and adjustments after the fact.
Yeah, exactly. I guess the whole thing is, how picky do you want to get when you are racing for something pretty quickly, right?
Yes.
Shoot, I'm going to mess around with, there we go. I'm going to go with the 3D option here and see what happens. If you guys haven't messed around with the 3D component of Illustrator, it is pretty remarkable what you can do here. See what I did? So you go into 3D extrude here, and what you'll get is this 3D effect with this. I got it with here too, right? All right, they're in there. So I'm going to make it like red. You can see what it's done is it's giving me this perfect 3D kind of beveled edge, which is kind of great.
Font name. What font are we working with over there, Nick?
Mine is, it's mistake number 1. I did not save a version of it. So let's just make sure it should be in my recent. It should be in my recent. Let's see here. Come on. What did I just do?
And so I'm trying to cheat. So I want these to line up because I want to try to do like a double stack kind of thing. And so I'm trying to cheat the E and the H so that they fit a little bit better. I think that works. And then I'm going to try to do like some kind of like angular stuff with them. So let's see what happens.
Gotcha. This is called Reclaim Script Bold. Reklame. That's what that is. So I'm going to keep that one live there. Mess
Yes.
around.
And Nick has been doing some stuff. Not you, Nick. Other Nick has been doing some stuff in Discord. Nick, would you like to come and talk a little bit about through your thought process of where you're heading?
Ooh, go for it, man.
Let me know in chat. Toss it in chat if you want to hop into Discord and get on the voice. If not, totally fine. But let me know in Discord and we can pull you on because you've got a fun little vibe going.
Great. If you're ever in a point here where you've done something in 3D, again, I make a duplicate of it and then just go and expand it. And what that's going to do is it's going to take it's basically turning it into the 3D version. Here, it's just an effect. Here, you've expanded it to actually go in and edit. So if I ungroup this, I can grab just the front here and actually mess around with this. I'm like, is this the right red? Let's go. Maybe it should be a little bit more in our colors. Let's go with orange and see how that looks. Oh, there you go. Now we're getting somewhere cool.
All right. Nick says that he is down. Let's go ahead and bring it up on the screen. Give me just a second. And we will pull it over here. Ooh. All right, cool. So I'm going to pull Nick over into here. Hi, Nick. How are you?
Hello. Good.
What's
How are
up? Good. Let me go ahead and put this up so we can all see it. So you're working.
Put a second version in too. I don't know if you saw.
Oh, that's one of my favorite fonts.
Oh yeah. All right. So where's your thought process? Describe to us what you're working on, what you're doing. Also, everyone in chat. This is our friend Nick. Nick, how do you pronounce your last name?
Nicita.
Nicita. So you can click. He just said yes in chat. You can go click on his profile and give a follow. But
that's
Nick,
all it takes.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your thought process. What's going on here?
Well, when I was looking at the brief, the first thing I noticed was the retro kind of feel.
Yes. And it feels this is like a very like 70s retro kind of font, right?
Yeah, that font like came straight to my mind right away.
Did you already have it in your brain or did you go searching and find it?
No, I've used it before.
Nice.
I believe that's an Adobe font, right?
Oh, is it an Adobe font?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think I've got that one downloaded as well. It's really stood out. I mean, you can make some great logos with that.
Vima. I don't know.
Yes.
I can't really.
So then the colors. I think the colors are the thing that like immediately sold me on it being like that vintage. Where did you think of those colors? Like, was it just pulling inspiration from stuff?
No, I make custom color themes all the time. So
Nice.
I searched through my libraries and found a color theme, and then I did the first one, and then I did two more, and then I threw some blending modes on the other two, and then like tried to layer them.
Yes. That's awesome. And it definitely has it's funny because between the first one and the second one, it goes from like the 70s into the 80s. And it's just the blending modes. Like the blending modes make it feel like it's that like old TV kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And then
it does.
Brown Bear in the back. Is that the California Bear?
I believe so, but I don't remember. It's just something else I have in my library too.
Nice. And that's great because Nick talked about it too, of like having assets ready to go so that you can grab stuff. And it's so helpful to have things like color themes to not have to go and search for colors.
Yeah, I've just got thousands of them.
Sweet.
So I'm always making custom color themes.
Sweet. Well, we're gonna kick you back into general, but thanks for coming on and sharing the process. We'll keep going here, and if you make any more progress, post and let us know.
Exactly, man.
Right. Thanks, Nick.
There we go.
All right.
Good stuff, man. I love seeing everybody's thought process, and like it's really good, really good.
Yeah. Other Nick, Nick here on the screen. Where are you going with things right now?
I'm at a point where I'm gonna move some of the development stuff off there, and now I'm just gonna start like I want to see like how this would actually look. Like a lot of times too, it's neat to start bringing in some of the colors. Let's say maybe. What was our yellow? I think we have a yellow up here somewhere, right? There we go. Okay.
And the difference in what Nick literally just said is that I'm working completely in black and white right now because I'm trying to get like the vibe. And Nick kind of has the vibe and now wants to see if he can further that voice. And so Nick is definitely a step ahead. But it is, I usually wait for color till we get there.
God, I think it's different with everything you work with too. I agree with you on that a lot. Like I like the idea of black and white only, right? get the design down. But knowing that we're at like this 3:15, we're like racing to get something done. I love interjecting the color, particularly if it's in a palette that's already working, you know?
Yep. I've
This is
lost
fun.
chat. If you can help me,
Uh-oh.
where's the skew tool?
Oh, you
There it
gotta
is.
go.
It's sheer.
right
There
here
it is. Got it.
with scale. Yeah.
My goodness. So something that
That's
I like to do
great.
is if you have boxes and you rotate and skew by the same amount. So you can see here, I have these two boxes, right? Then I'm kind of doing this SNL kind of like blocked out thing so I can do a pattern. I can rotate this by, let's say, 15 degrees. And then I go over to my shear tool over here. Let me go my screen. There we go. Shear tool right here. And then I do this by 15 degrees as well. It will actually pretty much even out your type and create a really even kind of zoom at a dimension. And so
that's cool.
You can do that a whole bunch of different ways, but I love doing it with just a rotate and a skew, and it will kind of even everything out if you use the same numbers there.
That's great, dude. Love that. I'm gonna see if I can do, I wanna make a little pattern with this guy. Let's see. So here, let's see, pattern make. This is always fun to do. Let's go to, ooh, there we are. Kind of digging that. We'll hit done.
Man,
So
dang
now
it. Freaking Nick.
Copy front, and then we have a cool little logo. But let's make the opacity down. Ah, there we go. Loving that.
I'm never doing a design challenge with you again.
It's all about using those tools, baby.
I'm
It's all about
physically
using those
hurting. My body is hurting.
tools. Ooh, I like, you know what? Yours has this, like, to me, it feels much more television and much more video to me. Like,
Yeah.
I like that look.
So it's kind of like a SNL, I think.
I think of like TV Land has something very similar.
Yes. Yep.
Love that, dude.
I'm trying to
That
figure
looks
out,
great.
yeah, what a pattern could be, right? That it would then continue to like tessellate and change. I think it's fun. And I made the mistake of not making a copy.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And yes, I love that Nick and I are both like very much about patterns, and I'm loving where yours is going, Nick. Like a lot.
Thank you. And I'm thinking too, why not mess around here and make this almost like chalkboard kind of vibe? Like, so I'm just taking the green and making it a much more dark. Ooh, that really stands out. That looks cool. And maybe this one gets, let's see, maybe this one gets a little bit less, so 15. Whoops. Yikes. Go here, get the pattern, and we'll go 50%. Oh, there we are. Okay. Cool. Maybe this one changes a little bit too. Let's see.
I can't believe how far you got in the amount of time that you did. That's totally insane.
I think it's I practice this so much in class with my students that it's just one of those things to get really sharp at. And I've seen how I could tell you guys truly, like any student who has done this on their own and continues to do these little quick drills, sometimes you might be asked to do this in person at a job application as you're applying for a job.
Yep.
They might be like, here's some assets, put something together really quick. And so it's such a good skill to have this quickness down. We're at what, 18 after right now? So we've still got about what, a little under 10?
Yeah.
10 minutes?
Yep.
Cool. So, let's
So
see.
chat again, if you've been working on stuff, definitely post it in Discord. We'll
see
take
it.
a look. Nick's logo could also represent a clock. Clock have accents for that too as well. And you could
Oh,
scratch
good
it up
idea.
like a chalkboard texture as well. You could.
Yes, that is true as well. I like that idea. Let's see, what other asset, so we're gonna do, let's see, let's get just the logo by itself. Over here as well. Don't need this circle. There we are. There's a lot of cool little things we can think of here. Oh, that looks cool with the double line, bro.
Right?
Love
it's
that.
it's going somewhere. And then I think if I throw some kind of like vintage vibes on it, it could be interesting for like color stuff.
Yeah. And you could do the OH in a very similar
Oh.
abbreviated like little shift for like, let's say you want to, we're making the office hours app. You know, how would you basically summarize your logo in something in the size of a circle or a square.
Yep.
That's always a fun little kind of test to see how your logo is going to work.
Yeah, that's a fun
I
idea.
can see that working with yours. Like, and your O and H are just off shifted a little bit.
Yep.
Like the H is a little lower, and then you could put it in the same kind of bounding box. That would look really, really killer. Love that idea. We talked a little bit today earlier about taglines. I'm curious, does anybody have a good tagline for office hours?
Ooh, yeah, that's actually good.
We can add that to it.
Yeah, we've had
we need you guys.
We've had workflow on the go. We've had a couple ones for the seasons, but we'd love one that is for general. Wade says, "Oh, the exclamation point could be clock hands." Oh, interesting. Doing little clock hands with the explanation point.
Blah, blah, blah. Ooh, there you go.
Exclamation.
Oh, there you go. I'm seeing your OH there. That looks really fun. What are we? Weekly creative hangout squad. What we need some taglines.
Yeah, what are we, chat?
Let us know.
What is this show that we do?
What are we?
Yes. Oh, and check it out. All right, so our friend Elizabeth has done a awesome, nope, wrong button, there we go, an awesome Pathfinder merit badge. This looks great, and it does make the world of difference to have, one, the green on the outside, and two, the extra border. It helps it not bleed as much on the edges. That looks fantastic. Great job.
Very cool.
All right, and we only have a couple minutes left, and Nick, I know that we wanted to get to at least one star camper. So we had a ton of homework last week. What was our homework last week?
It was our Lightroom stuff, I believe. So you had 2 weeks to kind of fill in on that. That's where we left off.
That's right. We did leave off there. And what we have for our star camper, hold on, we have a button for it. Dun, 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 dun. And our star camper this week is the guy that was just here. It was Nick. Congratulations, Nick, on the show and Star Camper, double Star Camper. Did some work in Lightroom, some great edits looking at the tones that we have here. You did the fake sun that we told you about, of having that nice radial glow. Great job. And my favorite is that you exported with a link that you could share with us. That's always super helpful. And it's super powerful to be able to do that in Lightroom. And then our other...
Yeah, it's like a full gallery ready to go. Look, both of them did this. I love this.
Ooh, sorry, I was sneezing. And so our other person, Kevin Michael, congratulations. You are our other star camper for this week. The tones on these are gorgeous.
This is the collection. I mean, that Pennsylvania on the side of the train. Oh, God. I can make a whole wall out of that.
This,
right?
Yes, this is like what you would see in like a fancy hotel, like mounted above the desk.
So good. All of
Gorgeous.
these are great. That funicular going up and down. Look at the little badge on the that coral color badge on the first image there.
Yep.
If you click on look at that. Oh, great. I wonder, I'm assuming you took these pictures. These are great too. Wow.
Fantastic. Yeah. So if you missed that episode, you can go back and watch. I believe you can actually scroll down on the page and you'll see that episode as a recap. I suddenly have started sneezing and hiccuping all at the same time, and my body is trying to explode. But let's go ahead and hop over to Discord one more time, and I want to show off some work that Appa is doing. And Appa, if you want to come on and explain in the next minute, put it in chat. Let me know that you want to come on, and we'll have you talk really, really quick. But check this out in Discord.
What?
Right? This gives me like super almost like Price is Right vibes, but like in a really great way. Like it feels like it's that vintage retro.
Yeah. It definitely has the retro thing going. It feels a little like, what was the name of that old Home Improvement show? Home Improvement.
Well, it was Home Improvement.
And then This Old House is the other one. Like to me, it's very home. Feels really comfortable. It's like, come on in, grab a cup of coffee.
Yes, this is fun. I love that type, and I love the inline on that type. It just it feels astute, but still kind of fun.
Yeah, I would even take the inline and make it that color of your of the drop shadow, that like orange color.
Ooh, yeah. That would be dope.
That looks great.
All right, let's go ahead
Very cool.
and hop over. Nick, I'm not even going to show my screen anymore. Let's hop over to Nick's screen. Nick, you got somewhere. You like did great stuff. We have about 30 seconds. Can you talk to us just
Nice.
really, really quick about like your thought process, how we got here?
Yeah, again, picking the right font, going off of all the keywords in a brief. Don't forget, even when you get a brief, guys, do your own highlighting. Find the words that really stand out. Find other words. Find inspiration of your own that matches that stuff, and just start playing with the vectors. To me, it's once you learn these quick little tools, envelope distort, pathfinder, you name it, 3D, you can do these things so quick. File maker, pattern maker, you'll be up to speed in no time.
Yep. So thanks for joining us, Nick. This looks amazing. I'm super excited to chat offline more about just taking this forward next season. If there's a next season, wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Wink,
Yeah,
wink,
right.
yeah. But we're super excited. Thanks for joining us this week. Next week, we're coming back and we're starting to talk about leadership, and we'll start talking about personal responsibility. So it's going to be a little bit of a heavy couple weeks. We're going to talk about personal branding a little bit. We're also going to talk about kind of getting yourself in gear and taking initiative on projects. So come back next week. We'll talk about mentorships, all that fun stuff. Nick, what time and where can they watch us?
Every Friday, 2:30 p.m. Pacific time, behance.net/live.
That's right. All right. Wade says design on time is the tagline. We'll work on that, and we'll see you all next week for another episode of Adobe Office Hours. Bye.
Bye, guys.